Chosen ones, it's crucial that you see this before tomorrow. Time is running out. We're in the final 4 days of October 2025, and the portal that has been subtly guiding you is now ablaze with cosmic energy. This isn't a test. This isn't just another gentle push from the universe. This is the ultimate turning point. The next 4 days, from October 28th through the 31st, represent a complete and total spiritual reset. What transpires during this period will shape the remainder of your year, and for many of you, the rest of your lives. If you've been experiencing a strange, persistent sense of urgency, a pull within your soul that you can't quite articulate, that's your spirit recognizing this final gateway. Most of the world will sleepwalk through these next 96 hours, but you, the chosen ones, the awakened ones, the star seeds who came here for this specific moment, you are being called to attention. Don't disregard the signs. Don't dismiss the whispers. Your actions, perceptions, and releases during this final window will determine whether you step into your highest potential or remain bound to the past. Before we explore the 9 crucial signs you absolutely need to be aware of, I need you to anchor your energy with us right now. Perform these 3 actions immediately to signal to the universe that you are present and ready. First, like this video to send a ripple of conscious energy throughout the collective. Second, subscribe to this channel and activate all notifications, because downloads will be coming rapidly over the next 4 days and you can't afford to miss them. And third, most importantly, type the number 999 inches. The comments right now, 999, symbolizes the divine completion of cycles endings that pave the way for magnificent new beginnings. By typing it, you're declaring your readiness to close this chapter and ascend. Do it now. The energy we're immersed in is unlike anything we've encountered this year. The equinox last week shattered the cosmic egg, and now, in these final 4 days of October, the raw, untamed creative force of the universe is pouring onto the planet. This isn't just a planetary alignment, it's a convergence of timelines. Pluto in retrograde in Aquarius is dredging up collective karma, while Neptune's mystical influence in Pisces is thinning the veil between worlds to the point of near transparency. This creates a potent, volatile, and profoundly magical, energetic soup. This is the spiritual reset. Think of it as a divine operating system update for your soul. Your old programming, limiting beliefs, and karmic contracts from this life and past lives are all being brought to the surface for a final delete or keep decision. The universe is holding up a mirror, asking, is this who you truly are? Is this the energy you want to carry into the new paradigm? For the chosen ones, this isn't a frightening process, it's a liberation. You've been doing the work, healing, growing, and shedding layers for years. These next 4 days are your graduation ceremony. It's the moment where all that shadow work, all those dark nights of the soul finally pay off. But the portal is closing. On November 1st, the energetic signature of the planet will shift. It will solidify, and the patterns established in these final 4 days will be locked in. You must be conscious, you must be aware, and you must recognize the signs your spirit guides are practically shouting at you. So let's begin with the first and perhaps most physically noticeable sign that you're in the midst of this profound reset. The first spiritual sign is a strange combination of deep, bone-level energetic fatigue, mixed with sudden, unexplainable bursts of insomnia especially between the hours of 1:00 a.m. and 4:00 a.m. Don't mistake this for a normal lack of sleep. This is something entirely different. During the day, you might feel an exhaustion so heavy that it feels like you're walking through water. It's not the tiredness that comes from physical labor, but a deep soul-level weariness. This is your physical body struggling to keep up with the sheer volume of light codes and energetic upgrades it's being flooded with. Your crystalline DNA is being activated, your chakra systems are being retuned, and your entire cellular structure is being recalibrated to hold a higher frequency of light. This process requires an immense amount of your life force energy. Your soul is essentially undergoing a massive software installation, and your physical body, the hardware, is running at 100% capacity just to process the download. You might find yourself needing to nap unexpectedly or feeling completely drained after simple tasks. Don't fight this. Honor it. Your body isn't failing you, it's ascending. Rest, hydrate with pure water, and nourish yourself with high-vibration foods. Avoid dense processed energies that will only slow down the integration process. This fatigue is a clear signal that you're one of the primary receivers of this new 5D energy. The insomnia, however, is the other side of this coin. You might drag yourself to bed feeling utterly exhausted, only to snap awake at 2:22 a.m. or 3:33 a.m. with your mind racing and your heart pounding. Your body is tired, but your spirit is wide awake. This is because these sacred hours are when the veil is at its absolute thinnest. This is when your guides, your higher self, and benevolent celestial beings can access your consciousness without the interference of the ego mind. You're being awakened for a divine appointment. You're receiving direct downloads, sacred geometric codes, and crucial information for your mission ahead. Don't reach for your phone. Don't turn on the television. Recognize this sacred interruption for what it is. Sit up, close your eyes, and just listen. Ask, what message do you have for me? The answers may come as images, feelings, a string of words, or just a profound sense of peace. Keep a journal by your bed and write down anything that comes through, no matter how nonsensical it seems. This isn't a sleep problem. It's a spiritual activation of the highest order. The second spiritual sign that this final portal is working on you is the intense resurgence of karmic echoes. The universe is conducting a final, deep, energetic cleanse before the reset locks in. And that means old wounds, past relationships, and unresolved family dynamics are bubbling to the surface with a vengeance. You may find yourself suddenly thinking about an old friend you haven't spoken to in a decade. You might have a vivid dream about an ex-partner reliving a painful breakup with startling emotional clarity. A deep forgotten childhood memory might surface while you're doing something mundane, like washing the dishes, bringing with it a wave of sadness or anger. Pay close attention to this. This isn't a random trip down memory lane. This is your soul's Akashic record being laid bare. These are the karmic loops that are still running in your energetic field, the fragments of your past that are anchoring you to a lower vibrational timeline. The portal is illuminating them now, not to punish you, but to offer you the golden opportunity for final resolution. You're being asked to look at these ghosts of the past, not with judgment or regret, but with compassion and wisdom. See the lesson, understand the soul, contract, forgive the other person, and most importantly, forgive yourself. This is your final exam, on letting go. If you engage with the old drama, if you fall back into resentment or victimhood, you risk carrying that energetic baggage through the portal where it will only be amplified in the next cycle. However, if you can look upon these memories, feel the residual emotion without becoming it, and consciously declare, "I thank you for the lesson. I release you with love. Our contract is complete," you'll sever the energetic cord forever. You'll literally feel a lightness in your being, a space created where that old, heavy energy used to be. This is quantum healing. In these next 4 days, be a conscious observer of your thoughts and emotions. When a ghost from the past appears, don't run. Face it, bless it, and let it go. This is how you clear your energetic slate and prepare for the divine reset. If you're feeling this deep call to release the past and you're ready to sever these old karmic ties forever, I want you to pause and go to the comments right now and type, "I am complete." Let this be your sacred decree to the universe. By writing it down, you're not just thinking it. You're anchoring this powerful intention into the physical realm and magnifying its power through the collective consciousness of everyone here. Comment, "I am complete," to claim your freedom. The third spiritual sign is a dramatic heightening of all your senses, both physical and intuitive, leading to a state where synchronicities are no longer occasional events, but the very language of your reality. Suddenly, the world around you will seem like it's in high definition. Colors may appear brighter, more vivid. You might hear nuances in music you've never noticed before. Your sense of smell could become incredibly sensitive, picking up on floral scents from across the street or the subtle energetic signature of a person's perfume long after they've left a room. This is your physical body attuning to the higher frequencies. Your vessel is becoming a more refined instrument, capable of perceiving more of the infinite spectrum of reality that's always present but usually invisible to our limited 3D senses. This sensory enhancement is directly linked to the awakening of your intuitive senses as well. Your gut feelings will become undeniable, almost like a physical push or pull in a certain direction. Your clairvoyance might activate, leading to flashes of images or mini-movies playing in your mind's eye. Your clairaudience could switch on, allowing you to hear a soft, guiding voice in your thoughts that's clearly distinct from your own internal chatter. This is the voice of your higher self, your spirit guides, speaking to you directly. The most profound manifestation of this sign, however, is the explosion of synchronicities. The universe is no longer whispering. It's having a direct, ongoing conversation with you. You'll think of a question, and the answer will appear on a billboard a moment later. You'll feel lost, and you'll look down to see a feather on your path. The repeating number sequences will be relentless. 11112222 3333444555, appearing on clocks, license plates, receipts. Don't dismiss these as mere coincidences. Coincidence is a word used by those who aren't yet awake to the magic of the cosmos. Each number sequence is a specific energetic code, a message from your angelic team. 444 is a sign that you're protected, that you're surrounded by legions of angels. 1111 is a gateway, a signal that your thoughts are manifesting into reality at warp speed. 555 is a declaration that massive positive change is upon you. In these next 4 days, your job is to become a sacred detective. Keep a journal of these signs. Notice the patterns. See the dialogue that's unfolding between you and the divine. The synchronicities are the breadcrumbs leading you through the final passage of this portal. Follow them with absolute trust, for they're lighting up your highest path moment by moment. Your reality is becoming magical because you're remembering that you are a magical being. The fourth spiritual sign, and one of the most profound markers that you're a key player in this October reset, is that your dream state has transformed from a place of subconscious processing into a literal classroom and energetic workshop. Your sleep is no longer just for rest. It's become your most important work. You're experiencing dreams that are hyper-vivid, lucid, and carry a palpable energetic residue that stays with you for hours or even days after waking. These aren't the usual scattered, nonsensical dreams about being late for an exam or your teeth falling out. These are coherent, narrative-driven experiences where you're an active participant in your own soul's evolution. You may find yourself in what feels like a celestial school, sitting in a classroom made of light, being taught complex sacred geometry or universal laws by beings who feel more familiar and loving than your own family. You might be taken on journeys to other star systems, flying through nebulas and past crystalline planets, not as a passive observer, but as a returning citizen, feeling a deep, unexplainable homesickness for these places. When you wake up, pay close attention to who you meet in these realms. You may be visited by ancestors you've never met, who come to you with messages of healing for your bloodline, passing on wisdom or helping you to break generational curses. You might encounter your primary spirit guide, not as a vague presence, but as a fully realized being with whom you have a clear, telepathic conversation, receiving direct guidance on your life's path and mission. This portal is thinning the veil so profoundly that the dream state is now a primary point of contact with your multidimensional support team. Furthermore, these dreams are serving as energetic tune-ups. You might dream of being bathed in colored light, with each color corresponding to a chakra that's being cleansed and activated. You could experience a dream where you undergo a form of psychic or energetic surgery, with benevolent beings removing etheric cords, negative implants, or dense, emotional blockages from your energy field. You'll wake up from these dreams feeling strangely lighter, clearer, and with a sense of profound peace. Even if you can't remember all the details, this is real energetic work being done. The key is how you treat these experiences. Don't dismiss them as just a dream. Before you go to sleep during these last 4 days, set a clear intention. Say out loud or in your heart, "Tonight, I am open to receiving the highest guidance, healing, and teachings for my soul's evolution. I ask my guides to protect me and to help me remember the lessons upon waking." Keep your journal right by your bed, and the moment you open your eyes, before you even move, write down everything you can recall. The feelings, the colors, the symbols, the conversations. You're attending night school for your soul. These dream lessons are the curriculum for the new human, and you, chosen one, have a front row seat. Your final exam is happening now in the sacred theater of your mind. The fifth spiritual sign is a powerful and sometimes disorienting shedding of your old identity, which manifests as a rapid and profound realignment of your social circles and personal interests. Everything that defined you up until this point is being called into question. The hobbies you once loved may suddenly feel hollow and meaningless. The career path you were so certain about might now feel like a cage. The music, movies, and books that once resonated with you may now feel energetically dense or simply uninteresting. You might look in the mirror and feel a strange sense of unfamiliarity, as if the person looking back is a shell you're about to discard. This isn't a crisis of identity in the psychological sense, it's a vibrational ascension. The frequency you're now holding, thanks to the energy pouring through this portal, is simply no longer a match for your old life. As a result, you're witnessing what can only be described as a great energetic sorting in your relationships. Friendships that have lasted for years might suddenly feel strained or distant, not because of an argument, but because the energetic chasm between you has become too wide to bridge. The conversations feel superficial, centered around 3D matrix topics, like gossip complaints and material concerns, while all you want to talk about is cosmic consciousness, energy, and the nature of reality. You may feel an overwhelming urge to retreat, to be alone, not out of depression, but out of a deep need for energetic sovereignty. You're protecting your newly calibrated frequency from the dense, chaotic energy of the old world. This process can be painful. It can bring up feelings of loneliness and grief for the connections you're losing. Allow yourself to feel that, but understand what's truly happening. The universe isn't taking things away from you. It's creating a sacred void. It's lovingly clearing out the people, places, and things that aren't aligned with your highest soul expression to make space for what is. This is the universe's way of ensuring that when you step through this portal, you aren't tethered to energies that would only pull you back. It's a cosmic act of love. Trust that this period of solitude is temporary and purposeful. You're in a sacred cocoon. Soon as you emerge from this reset with your new frequency fully integrated, the universe will begin to magnetically draw your soul tribe to you, people who see you, understand you, and vibrate at the same high frequency. These will be connections based not on shared history, but on shared soul mission. They will feel like coming home in these next 4 days. Don't cling to what is falling away. Release with grace. Bless the people who are leaving your life's path and thank them for the role they played. Your solitude isn't a punishment, it's your consecration. You're being prepared for a new level of existence, and that requires a new version of you. If you feel this shedding process happening, if you're bravely letting go of the person you once were to make room for the magnificent being you're becoming, go to the comments right now and declare with all your heart, "I release the old me." This is a powerful affirmation to the universe that you're surrendering to this divine process of transformation. You're confirming that you're ready for the new life that awaits. Comment, "I release the old me," and feel the chains of the past begin to dissolve. The sixth spiritual sign that you're in the final stages of this October portal reset is an overwhelming, almost primal craving for two things that the modern world is designed to strip from us: deep immersion in nature and profound, uninterrupted silence. This isn't just a casual desire to go for a walk in the park. It's a soul-level imperative. You'll feel a magnetic pull to be near trees, to put your bare feet on the earth, to sit by a body of water, or to simply gaze at the moon and stars. This craving is your body's innate intelligence speaking to you. As you're being flooded with high-frequency cosmic and solar energies, your physical vessel desperately needs a grounding force to help it integrate these upgrades without short-circuiting. Mother Earth Gaia is the great transmuter and stabilizer. When you connect with her, you're literally plugging yourself into a planetary-sized grounding cord. The Earth's electromagnetic field helps to balance your own bioenergetic field, calming your nervous system, clearing away static, and energetic debris and allowing the light codes to anchor into your cellular structure smoothly. You might find that being in nature feels like coming home. The trees will feel like wise old friends. The wind will feel like it's whispering secrets in your ear, and you may even begin to perceive the life force energy, the chi, radiating from plants and animals. This is you remembering your ancient, symbiotic relationship with the planet. You aren't separate from nature. You're a part of its consciousness. In these final 4 days, make it a non-negotiable priority to spend time in nature. Even if it's just sitting under a single tree in your backyard for 20 minutes, do it. Take off your shoes and feel the soil. Place your hands on the bark of a tree. This isn't a luxury, it's essential maintenance for your ascending vehicle. Alongside this pull towards nature is an equally strong aversion to noise and a deep craving for silence. The constant chatter of the news, the jarring energy of social media, feeds the superficiality of loud music, and even meaningless small talk will begin to feel physically and psychically painful. Your energetic system has become so highly sensitized that it can no longer tolerate these low vibrational inputs. They feel like static, disrupting the clear signal you're now receiving from the cosmos. This desire for silence is your soul's request for space to process the massive amounts of information it's downloading. It's in the silence that you can finally hear the subtle voice of your intuition. It's in the stillness that you can integrate the energetic shifts. It's in the quiet that you can begin to distinguish the voice of your higher self from the voice of your ego. Don't feel guilty for wanting to be alone and in silence. Don't label yourself as antisocial. You're in a sacred period of recalibration. Honor this need. Turn off the television. Put your phone on airplane mode. Give yourself the gift of empty space. In these final days of the portal, silence isn't empty. It's full of answers. It's the canvas upon which the universe is painting the masterpiece of your new reality. Embrace it, for in the sacred silence, you will finally hear your own soul speak its undeniable truth. The 7th spiritual sign is one of the most jarring and unmistakable indicators that you're a chosen one. Undergoing this profound energetic reset, you're beginning to experience non-linear time and perceive the collapsing of .a timelines. This can be an incredibly disorienting experience, and it's a clear signal that your consciousness is beginning to detach from the rigid illusionary construct of 3D linear time, past, present, future, and is starting to operate from the 5D perspective of the eternal now. How does this manifest in your daily life? You might experience significant time distortions. Hours may feel like minutes, where you get absorbed in a creative or meditative state and look up to find that an entire afternoon has vanished. Conversely, and perhaps more commonly during this intense period, minutes may feel like they're stretching into hours. You might be living through what feels like an entire week's worth of emotional processing, epiphanies, and events, all within a single 24-hour period. This is because the energy is so accelerated right now that you're quantum leaping through lessons and integrations at a pace that defies the old world clock. Another key aspect of this sign is a strange blurring of your memories. You might have a powerful memory of an event from your childhood surface with such vivid sensory detail that for a moment you feel like you're physically there again. Or you may have a memory of a future event, a flash forward, or a powerful sense of déjà vu for something that hasn't happened yet. This is your consciousness beginning to access your own personal Akashic record, where all moments past, present, and future exist simultaneously. You're no longer just a character moving along a single predetermined timeline. You're becoming the conscious navigator who can perceive multiple potential timelines branching off from every present moment. Here's the translation and rewriting of the provided text, aiming for a natural and slightly expanded style in American English. This is a crucial phase in your awakening. The portal is showing you that the future isn't a done deal, a set destination. Instead, it's a constantly changing reality, something you're building together with every single thought, feeling, and choice you make in this very moment. Over these last 4 days of October, you might feel this even more intensely. You could even sense echoes of old timelines. You've successfully moved away from those paths where you stayed in that toxic relationship, where you never quit that soul-crushing job, where you ignored the call of your spiritual path. You might get a faint whiff of the pain or the feeling of being stuck from those potential realities that never came to be. And then that's followed by a huge wave of thankfulness for the choices you did. Times make the ones that led you to where you are right now. This is the universe giving you the thumbs up, confirming that you've successfully switched tracks. Keep a close eye on your daydreams and your deepest desires during this time. When you hold a picture in your mind of the future, you want to create one that's overflowing with love, abundance, and a sense of purpose. And you let yourself feel the emotions of that reality as if it's already here. You're literally pulling that timeline toward you. You're collapsing the quantum possibilities and making that future the one that's most likely to happen, the one that dominates your reality. This is the big secret of manifestation that's being revealed to those who are ready for it right now. Time isn't your boss. It's a tool you can use. The past isn't a prison. It's a library full of lessons you can learn from. The future isn't something scary and unknown. It's a blank canvas with infinite potential. In these final days of the portal, your power to consciously choose your timeline is amplified 1,000 times. Use this gift wisely. Put your energy into the beautiful reality you're stepping into, not on what you're leaving behind. You're not just living time anymore. You're learning how to weave it. The 8th spiritual sign is a deep and unwavering shift in what you value most, especially when it comes to materialism, success, and the outside world. The things that society, that the 3D matrix has programmed you to want, fame, status, expensive stuff, approval from others, are losing their hold on your soul incredibly fast. You might look at your possessions and feel detached, realizing that the temporary pleasure they gave you is nothing compared to the lasting fulfillment of inner peace and a connection to something bigger than yourself. The never-ending chase for more money, a bigger house, or a fancier job title now feels like a pointless and exhausting game that you just don't have the energy or the desire to play anymore. This isn't a sign that you're depressed or don't care about anything. It's a sign of real spiritual growth. Your soul is waking up to the fundamental truth that nothing outside of you can ever truly make you happy. You're remembering that you're not just a human being trying to have a spiritual experience. You're a spiritual being having a temporary human experience. With that realization comes a total change in what's important to you. Your definition of success is being completely rewritten. Success isn't measured by your bank account anymore, but by how much joy you feel. It's not defined by your job title, but by how much love you can give and receive. Abundance isn't about having a lot of things. It's a state of being, feeling like you have plenty of time, good health, creativity, and a strong connection to the divine. This shift will have real-world effects on your life. You might suddenly feel a strong urge to declutter your home, to simplify your life, to get rid of anything that doesn't feel essential or beautiful to your soul. This physical act of clearing out old stuck energy is a direct reflection of the inner clearing you're going through. This isn't for everyone. It's for those who are ready to change their reality. I released a special in-depth briefing for members called Chosen Ones. Make sure to watch this before the end of October 31st, 2025. This month of October and this last spiritual message will change everything. In that video, I reveal the specific activations and protections you need to put in place. Click the link in the description or the pinned comment and watch it before the energy really hits. If you miss this window, you might not get this same upgrade again. You're creating physical space for new high-vibration energies to flow into your life. You might also find that you have absolutely no tolerance for fakeness anymore. You can't stand to have superficial conversations, pretend to be someone you're not, or do things that go against what you truly believe. The mask is coming off. And while that can feel scary, it's also incredibly freeing. You're choosing to live a life of radical honesty. And by doing that, you're giving the world the greatest gift you can offer, your true, unfiltered divine self. During these last 4 days of the portal, pay attention to where you're still putting your value on things outside of yourself. Where are you still looking for approval from others? Where are you still playing the game? The portal's energy will shine a bright, sometimes uncomfortable light on these areas, not to make you feel bad, but to encourage you to finally let them go. This is your big escape from the prison of consumerism and ego. You're discovering the endless riches that have always been inside you. You're coming home to the unwavering truth that you are and always have been enough. The kingdom of heaven is within you, and you've finally found the key. This journey of remembering your inner wealth is the most sacred journey of all. It's the path of a master. If you're feeling this big shift away from the material and toward the eternal, if you're ready to claim the true abundance that you were born to have, I want you to go to the comments right now and write this powerful statement. My soul is my wealth. Let that be your anchor in this new world. Let it remind you of your worth and be a beacon for others who are just starting to wake up to this truth. Comment, "My soul is my wealth," and feel the deep peace that comes from knowing that your value is inherent and endless. Now we get to the 9th and final spiritual sign, and it's probably the most beautiful and important of all. It's the spontaneous and undeniable opening of your heart chakra, leading to overwhelming feelings of unity, compassion, and unconditional love for all of life. This is the culmination of all the other signs, the ultimate goal of this whole spiritual reset. After all the letting go, the clearing out, the shedding of old layers, and the recalibration, what's left is the purest part of you, which is love. This heart opening can show up as sudden, unexpected waves of emotion. You might be watching a sunset and find yourself crying tears of gratitude. You could be looking at a stranger on the street and suddenly feel a deep connection and empathy for their journey, seeing the divine spark within them. You might even find your heart filled with compassion for people who have hurt you in the past, not excusing their actions, but understanding their pain from a higher perspective, which makes forgiveness feel easy and natural. This is the activation of your Christ consciousness, your Buddha nature, the universal energy of unconditional love that lives at the core of every being. The separation you used to feel between yourself and others, between humanity and nature, is fading away. You're starting to understand through experience the great truth: we are all one. You look at a tree and you see yourself. You look at an animal and you see a fellow soul. You look at the earth and you feel her as your own body. This feeling of unity consciousness is a key feature of the 5D reality that you're now anchoring onto the planet. Along with this heart opening comes a strong, undeniable call to service. The question, "What can I get?" is replaced by "What can I give?" You'll feel a deep desire to be of service to humanity and the planet in a way that uses your unique gifts and passions. This isn't about becoming a martyr, but about naturally expressing the love that's overflowing from your heart. Your purpose becomes clear: to be a beacon of love and unity in a world that's still stuck in fear and separation. That might mean starting a healing practice, creating art that inspires the soul-building community, or simply radiating peace and love wherever you go. Your presence itself becomes your service. During these final 4 days of October, pay attention to those moments when your heart expands. When you feel that wave of love or compassion, don't question it. Breathe into it. Let it grow until it fills your whole being and radiates out into the world. This is the most powerful thing you can do. You're becoming a living, breathing portal of 5D energy. You're anchoring the new earth with every compassionate thought, every loving action. The old world was built on the mind, on logic, on separation. The new world, the world you're here to create, is built on the heart, on intuition, on unity. The reset is completing its final steps, and the new operating system is coming online. Its core programming is simple, powerful, and world-changing love. You're not just watching this change happen. You are times this change. You are the love that's healing the world. This is your mission. This is your destiny. And it's all happening right now. Now, as we stand here, having acknowledged the 9 main signs that this big reset is happening, we need to go deeper. It's one thing to see the signs along the road. It's another to understand the road itself, with its hidden dangers and its big opportunities. The 9 signs are the times, what times. But as someone who's been chosen, someone who's consciously creating this new reality, you also need to understand the times, why times, and the times, how asterisk. During these final days, as the portal's energy reaches its highest point, you're not just being upgraded, you're being tested. Your soul is taking its final exam before it moves to a new level of awareness. And this exam has 2 main parts: navigating the symphony of physical ascension and mastering the art of knowing what's true amidst the noise of the dying ego. Understanding these 2 things is key to passing this final test and emerging on the other side in your full power. Let's talk about the body first, your sacred vessel. We mentioned the fatigue, but the physical signs of this reset go much deeper and can be much more intense. Many of you are experiencing what's often called ascension sickness or the spiritual flu, and that can be really unsettling if you don't understand why it's happening. You might be having sudden aches and pains that move around your body. One day, it's your left knee. The next, it's your right shoulder. That's not random. Those are places in your body where old emotional trauma, karmic patterns, and memories from your ancestors are stored. As the high-frequency light comes in, it breaks up those dense, energetic blockages. The physical pain is the feeling of that density being cleared out of your cells. You might also be having bad headaches or a feeling of pressure around your forehead or the top of your head. That's the direct activation of your pineal and pituitary glands, your third eye and crown chakras, as they're being adjusted to receive and process a much wider range of light and information. Ringing in the ears or hearing high-pitched sounds is another common symptom. You're not developing tinnitus. You're literally starting to hear the music of the spheres. Your hearing system is tuning in to the higher dimensions, to the frequency of your own soul. Digestive problems can also flare up as your solar plexus chakra, which is the center of your personal power and emotional processing, works overtime to clear out lifetimes of fear and doubt. Don't panic and run to the doctor for every little thing. Although, of course, always use your common sense. Instead, stop for a minute. Put your hand on that part of your body and ask, what are you releasing? What message do you have for me? Your body is incredibly intelligent, and it's communicating with you, telling you exactly what it's healing. Support it. Thank it. See these symptoms not as a sickness, but as proof that you're being purified. You're not falling apart. You're being reborn. And rebirth can be a very physical process. This is important. Don't skip this. Watch the briefing for members. Along with this physical clearing comes the psychological and emotional part. The final desperate resistance of the ego. Understand this, your ego isn't evil, but its main job is to keep you alive based on what's happened in the past. It sees this spiritual growth not as something beautiful, but as its own death, and it won't go quietly. As you get closer to the end of this reset, as your light shines brighter, your ego will launch its most clever attacks to try to pull you back into the old familiar territory of fear and limitation. This will show up as a sudden wave of self-doubt. A voice in your head will scream, "You're making this all up. It's nonsense. You're crazy." It'll dig up every mistake you've ever made, every failure, every insecurity, and parade them in front of you to prove that you're not worthy of this ascension. You might also have sudden flashes of intense fear. Fear of the future. Fear of being alone. Fear of your own power. Fear is the ego's main weapon. It knows that fear shrinks your energy field and disconnects you from your heart. You might also feel a strong urge to go back to old numbing behaviors, binge-watching TV, scrolling through social media, overeating, reaching for that drink. That's the ego trying to sedate you to put your growing awareness back to sleep. It wants you to miss this final gateway. This is the great guardian at the threshold, the final boss battle of your own mind. How do you win? You don't fight it. Fighting the ego only makes it stronger. Instead, you meet it with the calm awareness of your higher self. You watch the fearful thoughts without letting them control you. You say to that panicked voice, "I see you. I hear your fear. Thank you for trying to protect me, but I'm safe. I'm choosing a new way now. I'm choosing love." You become the loving parent to the frightened child that is your ego. That act of conscious detachment is the ultimate act of mastery. You're showing that you're no longer a slave to your mind. You're the awareness that's in charge of it. That mastery over the ego leads us to the second big test of this portal, the test of knowing what's true and what's not. As the line between worlds becomes very thin, the psychic airwaves get crowded. Information, energies, and beings from other dimensions are more accessible than ever. That's a great gift, but it also comes with a big responsibility. Not every voice you hear in your head is your higher self. Not every sign is from a good source. Not every emotion is your own. The final test is learning to tell truth from illusion, light from trickery. Tricky energies, as well as the projections of your own ego, can pretend to be spiritual guidance. They often speak in absolutes, create a false sense of panic, flatter you, or give you information that makes you feel special at the expense of others. They feed on drama and disempowerment. The voice of your true higher self is very different. Its signature is always peace. Even when it's telling you something difficult, it's loving, patient, and empowering. It will never tell you that you're doomed or that you have to give your power away to someone else. It always leads you toward more freedom, more compassion, and more unity. So how do you know what's true in these final days? You use the infallible compass that is your own heart and body. When you get a piece of guidance, a thought, or a feeling, stop, take a breath, drop out of your mind and into your heart. Ask your body one simple question. Does this feel expansive or contractive? Truth, light, and love always feel expansive. You'll feel an opening in your chest, a sense of lightness, a feeling of rightness that fills your whole being. Illusion, fear, and manipulation always feel contractive. You'll feel a tightening in your gut, tension in your shoulders, a subtle sense of anxiety. Your body can't lie. It's the most reliable tool you'll ever have. During these final 4 days, practice this constantly. Run every thought through your heart compass. That's how you learn to navigate the unseen realms with wisdom and safety. That's how you claim your spiritual authority and make sure that you're only working with the forces of pure light. You're becoming a master of energy, and the first energy you have to master is the energy you let into your own field. If you're committed to this path, to bravely facing your ego and choosing the loving wisdom of your heart, I invite you to anchor that intention right now. Go to the comments and declare, "I am the sovereign one." That's a declaration that you're the ultimate authority in your own reality. You're the one who decides what energy you embody and what truth you live by. Comment, "I am the sovereign one," and feel your spiritual backbone straighten and your crown of light activate. Finally, understand your role in this cosmic drama. The clearing you're experiencing isn't just for you. As someone who's been chosen, your energy system is more advanced, more capable of processing large amounts of energy. You're a primary node on the crystalline grid of the new Earth. When you heal a personal wound, you're sending a healing ripple out into the collective consciousness, offering a template for others who are struggling with the same issue. When a wave of sadness washes over you, consider that you might be acting as a planetary transmuter. You might be processing grief from a war-torn country. Don't become a victim to it. Instead, become the alchemist. Acknowledge the emotion, and without getting attached to its story, breathe light into it and offer it up for transmutation. See yourself as a filter for humanity that turns your difficult moments into acts of service. You're not just saving yourself, you're helping to save the world. That's the true nature of the grid worker. That's the responsibility you've chosen. And now, armed with this understanding, you're ready. You're ready for the final steps to anchor this shift and step through the portal, not as a confused passenger, but as the master of your ascension. So here we stand, chosen ones, at the beginning of a new dawn. With the cosmic winds swirling around us, we've looked at the 9 sacred signs: the fatigue, the insomnia, the karmic echoes, the synchronicities, the dream school, the shedding of the old self, the craving for nature, the collapsing of time, the liberation from materialism, and the opening of the heart. If you've recognized even a few of these signs, know this: you're not crazy. You're not alone. You're waking up right on time. You're one of the lighthouses, the grid workers that you volunteered to be. Everything you've experienced has been designed to prepare you for this moment. You're a divine agent of change, and these final 4 days are your final briefing before the mission begins. The universe is giving you an opportunity to consciously work with these energies to complete your reset and lock in the highest timeline for yourself and for everyone else. So what do you do now? How do you navigate these last 96 hours? You're a co-creator. It's time to step into your full spiritual authority. I'm going to give you a sacred protocol, a series of steps to take each day from October 28th to the 31st. Consider this your final assignment. First, your main task is self-care. This isn't a time for pushing yourself, for hustling, or for getting involved in drama. Your energy is the most precious thing you have right now. Protect it. That means saying no to things that drain you, to conversations that lower your vibration, and to media that instills fear. Your energy field is like a temple, and you must be the one guarding the gate, only allowing in things that are of the highest light. That also means nourishing your body. Drink lots of pure water infused with lemon or sea salt. Eat light, focusing on fruits and vegetables that are full of life force. Think of food as information you want to be consuming, the cleanest data. It's absolutely possible. And as we've already discussed, rest isn't some frivolous luxury. It's a spiritual requirement. If your body is begging you for a nap, please honor that request. If you find yourself wide awake at 3:00 a.m., don't curse the insomnia. Instead, embrace the sacred silence and just listen. You're like a divine instrument that's being fine-tuned, and that process requires periods of stillness and attentive care. Don't underestimate how powerful this step can be. By treating your body like the sacred temple, it truly is, you're sending a very clear message to the universe that you are both ready and worthy to embody the incredible light that's pouring in. The second essential part of your protocol involves conscious completion and release. This portal acts as a cosmic doorway for cutting old ties, and you need to actively participate in that process. For each of these next 4 days, I want you to set aside just 15 minutes for a ritual that is both simple and profoundly effective. Find a quiet place where you know you won't be disturbed. Light a candle to call in the element of fire, which is a great transmuter of energy. Grab a piece of paper and a pen. Close your eyes. Take 3 deep cleansing breaths and then ask your higher self, what is the one thing I am now completely ready to release. Don't overthink this. Trust the very first thing that comes to your mind. It might be a limiting belief, such as, "I'm not worthy of love." It could be a recurring pattern of behavior like procrastination or self-sabotage. It could even be the energetic cord connected to a specific person or a past event. Write it all down on the paper. As you write, pour all of the associated emotions into your words. The pain, the anger, the grief, the shame. Get it all out of your energetic system and onto that page. Then look at the words you've written and say out loud with real conviction, "I see you. I thank you for the lessons you have taught me. Your purpose in my journey is now complete. I release you with love and gratitude across all timelines, dimensions, and realities." And so it is. After that, carefully and safely burn the piece of paper. As you watch the paper turn to smoke and ash, visualize that old, heavy energy leaving your body, your mind, and your spirit. See it dissolving into the ether, being transmuted back into neutral, creative energy. Feel the space that has been created within you as a result. This isn't just some symbolic act. It's a genuinely powerful alchemical process. You're consciously telling the universe that you are done with that particular story. You're clearing your energetic cache. By doing this each day, for these 4 days, you will arrive at the end of this portal feeling lighter, clearer, and more ready for a new beginning than you have ever felt in your entire life. The third and final piece of your daily protocol involves intentionally anchoring your desired reality. Once you've cleared the space by releasing the old, you absolutely must consciously fill that newly created space with the frequency of the future you are actively choosing to create. This is where your power as a conscious manifester really comes into play. After your release ritual, I want you to spend another 15 minutes in a state of elevated emotion. Put on a piece of high vibrational music, something that really makes your heart soar. Close your eyes and begin to vividly visualize your life on the other side of this portal. But don't just see it, feel it deeply. What does it feel like to wake up every single day in perfect health, filled with vibrant energy? What does it feel like to be in a loving, respectful, and soul-nourishing relationship? What does it feel like to be doing work that is not only abundant, but also deeply fulfilling to your soul's true purpose? What does it feel like to live in a constant state of joy, peace, and absolute freedom? Don't focus at all on the how. The how is the universe's job and responsibility. Your job is to become a vibrational match for the what. Immerse yourself fully in the feeling of your dreams already realized. Let the gratitude for this beautiful reality wash completely over you. Let the sheer joy of it fill every single cell in your body. Smile. Let tears of happiness flow freely if they come. This is the most potent form of prayer. You're sending out a clear and powerful electromagnetic signature into the quantum field. It's a signal that says, "This is who I am now. This is the reality I am choosing to live in." By practicing this state of being each day, you aren't just simply hoping for a better future. You are actively calling it into your present moment. You are effectively building the energetic scaffolding for your new life. You are closing the gap between your current reality and your absolute highest potential. This is the work, and this is how you consciously navigate these final hours of this October reset. You are not some victim of circumstance tossed about by random cosmic waves. You are the master of your own vessel, the divine navigator of your own soul, and you are deliberately and powerfully steering yourself into the harbor of your most magnificent destiny. We are at the end of a truly great cosmic cycle, and you, the awakened collective, are the midwives of a new Earth. It's a role of immense honor and profound responsibility. The world might look chaotic right now. The old structures might seem to be crumbling all around you, but try to look beyond the illusion of the 3D world and focus on the new cycle. See with your heart what is truly happening. A great awakening is definitely underway, and you are at its very forefront. These next 4 days are a sacred culmination, a final passage through a cosmic birth canal. It might feel intense. It might feel challenging at times. You might feel squeezed and pressured. But always remember that this pressure is what turns a lump of carbon into a flawless diamond. You are being perfected. You are being polished. You are being prepared to shine with a brilliance that will illuminate the path for countless others. Do not shrink from this moment. Do not doubt your own strength or your readiness. You have been training for this for lifetimes. Everything you need is already within you. All the wisdom, all the power, all the love. Your only job now is to remember. Remember who you truly are. You are a fractal of God, a spark of the divine source, a being of infinite light and limitless potential, simply having a human adventure. The game of separation is finally over. The time of remembering our unity is now. Walk through these final 4 days like the spiritual royalty you are. Hold your head high. Keep your heart open wide. Anchor the light. Be the peace you wish to see in the world. And know without a shadow of a doubt that you are not walking this path alone. I am with you. Your guides are with you. Your soul family, both here on earth and in the higher realms, is with you as well. We are a vast, interconnected network of light, and our collective radiance is actively changing the world one conscious breath at a time. If this message has found you, if it has deeply resonated in the innermost chambers of your soul, it is absolutely not an accident. It is a divine appointment. You were meant to hear these exact words at this specific time in order to receive your final confirmation that everything you've been feeling is real and purposeful. Before we close, I ask you to do just one last thing to anchor this entire transmission. Go to the comments and type with all the power and certainty you can possibly muster, "I am ready." This is your final declaration, your sacred vow to yourself and to the universe. It's your resounding yes to your mission, your yes to your ascension, your yes to the magnificent new chapter that is beginning the very moment this portal closes. Type "I am ready" and feel the absolute truth of those words electrify your entire being. And if you have not yet done so, please subscribe to this channel and share this message with absolutely anyone you know who may be feeling these shifts. We must reach as many awakening souls as humanly possible in these final crucial hours. You are a messenger of the light, and by sharing this, you amplify its reach exponentially. Thank you for answering the call. Thank you for your courage, your resilience, and your beautiful heart. The reset is almost complete. A new world definitely awaits. I will see you on the other side. Blessings and infinite love to you all.